Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations for Warlords and our playthrough as the Freedom Frogs, who are currently not really being freedom fighters. We are kind of being warlike assholes. At the moment, that's just for the moment because I just don't like the Navigators. And regardless of what we want to do in the game, it's kind of limited by the Navigators being here. So we'll take an opportunity to pull them down a little bit and maybe weaken them. Maybe. Now, we've already accomplished our goals, right? This is an annexation campaign, moderate length war at the intent to expand borders and spread influence. We have already conquered a core world down here with another one in our sights ready to go. There are some counterattacks coming in. Of concern is this fleet over here. We'll probably lose this starbase, which is manufacturing for us our frog star fighters, and I could reposition these guys in the hopes that we defend this a little bit better, and maybe we can secure it against two cruisers, possibly. Well, a cruiser. We might be able to hold this against a cruiser. We'll see. But yes, so far so good. The war is going okay. We've parried all of the threats coming our way. We haven't lost anything, which is great news. And we have gained a whole planet. This planet sort of sucks, though. Everybody's really unhappy. Some people are actively on strike. Their governor is really, really bad. He's not loyal. That's something we're going to have to look at. The problem is we have a little bit of a money problem. We're going to have to think of a way to get out of that. Now, most of our relations are going to be on the decline because we're a dangerous neighbor. So we're going to have to be aware that there may be other fights looming on the horizon. Let's try to find a rich AI that we can trade with, maybe for some extra, get rid of our diplomacy. Let's see how much they're going to offer us for our last 100 diplomacy. We'll get 210 credits for that. That'll keep us afloat for a couple more turns, but we won't really be able to do much more after this deal, but we'll take it. I don't think we can afford to go up to very high taxes, unfortunately. We may have to strip out the research grants, but I don't want to. We'll keep it going for a little bit and see how close we can get. Now, we would accept a peace once we capture this planet. And possibly, well, once we capture this planet. If we capture this planet, I would be happy, maybe even to grab this planet down here. I don't think we need to pursue the war straight to their home world, but we may not have a choice in the matter if they don't want to let us out of the war. But here we are now. Let's see what happens. So what are you guys going to do? That's the main concern. Keeping an eye out to see where the enemy goes. There's the Navigators. Yeah, they are going to kill the wrong shipyard, which is good news. That's fine with me. Absolutely fine. The military starbase. That's a mining starbase. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Now, there is a military starbase over here that I don't think we need to capture. I'm happy with just the one military starbase that we got. We're at -40. Let's take this fleet and destroy the military starbase. No casualties. Get rid of it. Very nice stuff. No damage taken. That does open the door to this planet. Let's go ahead and grab our fleet. Let's capture this world. We will quick battle this out. One of our cruisers, our destroyers, in a pretty bad state, but I think we keep him in as part of the crew. We'll fly up over here. We've got a couple of ships coming through. Looks like an invader and a cruiser. We won't be able to engage these guys, but we can get close enough to drop a beam on them. How much do our beams do? 0 to 13? That's not a lot. I think it's better we use that to take out the bomber. I don't think they will engage, and with their far superior moves of 25, they will probably try to siege a planet, stupidly. Let's fall back a little bit. We will do an orbital bombardment would get us this planet in 2 turns, but the planet we inherit would be very bad. 5 months on a planetary assault, 3 months for a surface invasion. We probably go for a surface invasion. Although maybe just blasting the planet back to the Stone Age is probably okay. And I don't want to spend too much time in orbit here. Let's think about this. What is this planet good for? It has a lot of research, very high approval, but once we take it over, that's going to change. Planetary beacon, sensor array, defense matrix. We'll go for a surface invasion. We'll try to hang out for 3 months. We get one of our latest destroyer designs. Looks like we've got a ship angling in towards Canopus shipyard. That's not great. That's not great. What do they have? 1, 2 cruisers and a couple bombers. Can we actually fight that? We'll take light casualties, which is great news. The problem is I don't want to take any casualties. Let's just hit them with some missiles from range. I guess we'll fly up and maybe do some beam damage. Make them lose a ship. Hit him with a little bit of missiles. We'll still take light casualties. I feel like that will be one of my fighters. Maybe this tiny fighter. I think we will do it. Moderate casualties, you see. Moderate casualties. That I don't like the idea of. I think we'll fly back. I don't want this. I mean, this ship can actually kill their entire fleet. So yeah, we are not concerned. We are not concerned. Shields are very strong. We will continue to throw out Destroyer 2s. We need Illyrium to make those, however, since we've got big shields on them and we can't really afford to buy it. Let's maybe just get out some fighters, some quick defense. So far, so good. We did lose this shipyard. It's a little bit annoying, but that shipyard wasn't doing too much for us. It's this shipyard that I really don't want to lose. This shouldn't present too much of a problem. Sieging here, whereas main fleet is still okay, and we have more ships coming out of this shipyard. Nice. So far, so good. Okay, so let's see where they go. Yeah, you can't fight my ships. You can't fight them. Did blow up that, however. They are resieging this fleet, which we kind of expected. This should be an easy kill for you guys. So let's fly on over. We can't get any closer than this, so let's just beam them. This is exactly the kind of situation I don't want to be in, where they're going to be able to return fire on us, and we're going to lose fighters. Possibly. But we are recapping. This will take 3 months, so we have plenty of time to liberate that. We have this guy who can solo that, no problem. We give him a fighter. Does he still solo it? No problem. No, we lose the fighter. So we'll send back the fighter. We'll engage like this, no casualties. Our one destroyer, who is probably able to shield tank their entire fleet. Your shields are weak. The beams. And the assault rate of fire, very nice, once this cruiser goes down. Alright, he has popped our shield. It's a bit closer than I would have liked, but without his cruiser, our cruiser just does way more damage. I mean, the rate of fire on this thing, the assault. Bad missile accuracy, but it's fine. Okay. Was close. A bit punishing. Took a lot of damage, but it's fine. Very cost-effective trade. We've got another fleet down here. We have some defensive options. I'm not too worried yet. Okay, Nepturus Prime has finished its run of fighters. That probably means we should maybe just do a destroyer build. Let's update this build. Show ship designs. The Destroyer 1. New ship. Upgrade the weapons. Get rid of the hull plating. The shield generator. I don't know if we want the targeting computer. We'll see about it. Helios rockets. We still haven't really upgraded. We'll keep the Helios. The Gauss cannon. I think we can strip. Let's go for plasma pods or glow-on disintegrators. I think glow-on disintegrators because they're lighter on the mass. And I was really happy with how the shield play worked. So let's grab a couple of shield generators. Put 2 of those on. We have weapon jamming. We don't need the chaff, I think. We will keep the targeting computer and we'll probably throw on some more glow-on disintegrators. And then we can just put on like a hull plating. That'll be fine. Save this Destroyer 1, overwrite it, done. Actually, I think we needed to edit the doctrine because we want weapon cooldown and build it. 7 turns for destroyers is a long time. I think maybe having fighters would be a good idea. Yes, we're under siege, but that's okay. Rumors have reached your ears that other civilizations are growing concerned over your prolonged conflict. Some fear that our original war goals may have been a pretext for a greater, more encompassing conflict. This could jeopardize our diplomatic relations globally. Understood. -4 diplomacy. That's bad. That's real bad. I think as much as I like these new war goals, I would like it if you can be a little bit more specific in the goals that you're setting. Let's say I wanted to set a war goal and then I could say, right, I wish to like make a war wager, essentially. Say I want to capture 3 planets. And then once you've accomplished those 3 planet goals, it then gives the AI the opportunity to accept the peace. And if they reject the peace, then they take the negative effects instead of the player. So it swaps to them being sort of the aggressors in the war rather than the player, because I've accomplished my goals, right? Let's say my goal was to capture these 2 planets, and once I'm done with that, the war is over for me. I'm happy. I would like to accept peace, but the AI is not going to accept the peace while they have ships. But I will still suffer the penalties for being in this conflict, and the AI, I believe, does not. So I think if they had set like a war wager system where you declare, all right, I'm declaring a war of expansion, I'm going to capture X planets, and then you accomplish that goal, it then automatically, once you achieve those goals, wings a message to the player, the AI, to say, right, this player is looking to have peace. Do you accept? And if they say no, then they become the aggressor. They start taking the negative penalties, and you now become a defensive fighter. I personally think something like that would have been a lot more engaging in the war front. Personally, let me know what you think. But all right, we've got battleships in 1 month. That's going to be exciting because we're going to play around with capital ships. Hopefully we don't lose any ships over this way. They are going to fire some missiles at us. They're trying to liberate the planet. That extra move really helping them out. We lost most of our ships, so this fleet is going to need to be reinforced. They're throwing away a cruiser, probably going to kill my little fighter guy here. Hopefully just the fighter. But all right, battleship doctrines has been completed. The command ships, all good. Choose a new tech. I think we're good for starbase defense grids for the extra logistics. The fortification module is a very big help. Let's go ahead and get that done in 1 turn. Yes, our destroyer survived. Very good. Holding the line. More defensive ships popping out. We're safe up here. We're not troubled down here. It's really just this mess. Now we have to make sure this fleet survives for 1 more turn. And with just 1 destroyer, it's not likely. However, we are going to have to do a little bit of a tour here and liberate this planet first. And we kill this transport before it becomes a problem. We have 3 more moves that we can do. 1, 2, 3. Our fighters potentially have 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't get into position to reinforce this. We just have to hope that there are no enemy ships within striking range. Otherwise, we lose our assault fleet. And our hopes for actually continuing this war are dashed. Can't get into beam range. Oh, maybe we can. Kill that probe. Wow. We did 1 damage. Okay, Canopus, I think you can throw out some destroyers for us. And that's it. That's our turn. Actually, let's go into here. Cancel this. New ship class. It is time for the command ship. -10 weapon cooldowns for allies in the fleet. And I believe the command ship has -50% HP. But it also gives 10% accuracy and a -25% hit points. Why would you want this? Why would you want to hurt all of your ships? We're going to try it out. Because these command ships seem really bad. Allies plus 10% accuracy, but -25% HP. Seems like a really bad trade-off. And then the actual ship type. Decrease weapon cooldown of all ships, but also have reduced HP. I don't know. We'll leave it on return fire only. We'll save this doctrine. And the only thing we want this ship to do is basically have crazy bubble shields. Shield bubble. So this will give up to 25% of its shields to all ships within the fleet, which means we want this thing to have just basically all shields. Basically all shields. We will give it a weapon because I think it needs to have a weapon. We will put that weapon as a gluon disintegrator, just the one. It might be smart to have it with like rockets instead, but this ship exists to basically spread its shields to everybody else. So at the moment, with 133, we're going to give 25% of that to our ships, which is roughly about 50-ish? No, about 30-ish. Call it 40. Call it 35. Yeah, like 30-ish shields. And we could probably even put more shields on that. Now, that might not sound like a lot of shields, but when our advanced shield generator is doing 15, it's like putting an extra advanced shield generator, 2 advanced shield generators on all of your ships. So I actually think it's worthwhile if we do that. And of course, it has the crazy amount of shields himself. He has the full amount of shields. So I feel like this is going to work. We're only going to want 1 of these guys per fleet because they do take up a lot of logistics. But let's go ahead and save that cruiser. This is Mama Frog. Okay, you're done. How long would it take to get that out? 9 turns at our best shipyard. We'll do it. Because hopefully with this, even any fighters that we produce now will have the ability to tank a bunch of shots with their extra evasion while they're up in the enemy's face doing beam damage. That's the plan anyway. And this is kind of why I was really upset that we lost the precursor particle beams. Because imagine the fighters stacked with precursor particle beams doing stupid amounts of damage with ridiculous shields. It would have been so good. We might still realize that dream, maybe. All right, let's see if this fleet survives one more round to cap the planet. Once it does capture the planet, I think we just fall back with them, or we bring some reinforcements forward. If we decide we're continuing the push, it's really all up to the navigators at this point. I'm not sure what's going on with our cash, why it's not showing us what's happening with our money situation, but all right, I might be breaking the game a little bit. Okay, unfortunately, we did not survive. We did not survive. They did manage to liberate their planet. There's our starbase defense grids. We will take fleet resupply for 1 turn. We might be able to intercept here and do some more damage to this big fleet. No casualties. We'll take it. Light casualties. I don't love that. Let's hit them with some beams first. No casualties. Beautiful. Not even any damage. It's what you want to see. They're rushing out a transport here. We'll try to kill that. Probably coming to siege this fleet. They can't. I really need to do something about this world. I actually think this world should probably just be destroyed. Let's go into governors. This guy executes troublesome leaders. All of the leaders take a loyalty penalty. Or we just fire him. Maybe we just fire him. As much as, like, this world is not great, and he's an okay person, we might be able to find a position in the Minister of Culture. I don't need the influence. Minister of Tourism is probably better. Oh, we probably would like maybe Free Mind Center as well. But all right, let's make sure Drogo is not being a problem anymore for our approval anyway. That does help our money situation out just a little bit. We'll circle back to that. There's a cruiser just hanging out in our territory. Let's address this problem. Light casualties. Soften them up a little bit. We'll probably want the fortification module, as this gives us +5 evasion, armor rating, and shield. Remember, we do lean heavily on evasion. So we'll go ahead and do those. No casualties with that change. I'll pop that guy. Let's say we go in to speak with the navigators. They're still very strong. We can't even get a peace going. We're going to need more transport ships. If we hope to continue the war, we need to reinforce here, bring up a secondary fleet, and maybe assault Drogo. Where can we do transports from? 6 turns over here seems a little bit too long. Nepturus, we actually don't want to reduce its population at all anymore. In fact, you need to be a scientist. Bump our science up, which only really leaves Canopus, which is at max pop anyway. There's a couple unhappy-ish people that we can shave off from here. They're about to get a little bit happier though. I think we must. Let's take Canopus. Let's put the Mama Frog on hold for a minute. Take 2 turns, get out a couple more transports. It'll cost us some population, but it's okay. I feel like these fighters are going to be needed when the Mama ship pops, but for now we'll keep them on the defense. Okay, navigators, ball in your court. We'll sell off some of these vines for a little bit of extra cash just to keep us going. Sell off a Prometheon. Illyrium is normally really cheap. We can buy it for 14 gold. We're gonna need a couple. Do that right now. Now, while this is all happening, no casualties, total loss, you fools. All right, we are losing a mining starbase, a Prometheon mining starbase. So acceptable losses, I suppose. Fleet resupply doctrine does let us get more ships though, and we're pretty much clear to do whatever we want at this point. Interstellar resupply doctrine for even more ship logistics, which we're going to need. We could go for emissaries to sort of help the situation with the AI, maybe relationships declining too quickly. Armored defense theory. Ideally, we would like to get up to carriers. That's a long ways off. Carriers, we'd have to go through orbital repairs, advanced composites, dreadnought, orbital deployment mastery, and then carriers. Like, it won't take us too long to get there, but we are on the back foot in this war. I feel like having some extra weapons. I mean, we've got all the tech we want. Maybe we just need to... I'm going to grab the diplomacy bonus just because I'm a bit concerned at how quickly some of these relations are declining. We're going to have to be fighting multiple wars if this keeps on, and it will keep on. I think that we've kind of locked ourselves into that now. Still, very good production over here. Really, really nice that now that people are a bit happier, I think. We're up to full approval thanks to these 2 investments. And, what do we wish to do on this planet? Basically set. Got a couple tiles to play around with. We might consider getting more housing. I don't want any more pollution. We don't really need to reduce crime. A little bit of extra research couldn't hurt, but honestly, I think population might be a good idea. Or just space for pops. We're not growing very quickly, however. I think we'll just upgrade the recreation for the little bit of extra approval it's going to give us. I think we can kill this tile. There's probably something much better here. I mean, the world engine would be really good, like really good, but the pollution just kills everything. But maybe now that we have the happiness to put up with the pollution, we might be able to get away with it. Let's try. Let's try. More tadpoles popping out. Beautiful. And overall, I'm not too upset with how the war is going. Overall, I think we do kill this shipyard. You want to blow my shit up? I'll blow your shit up. Oh, that's... I thought that was a navigator base. You're lucky. You're lucky. All right. And I actually think we're fine. We want to keep this fleet over here because it seems like they are pretty much intent on trying to flip this planet back. I mean, we should have some pretty insane evasion here, right? 23 evasion. Oh, yeah. Weapon jamming, fighter module, Arda device, hex, prototype defenses. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right. There's our diplomacy bonus. I do think we will go for orbital repair. It's a 1 turn. We need to lose somebody. Who's our unhappiest candidate? 83, 80, 96, 82. All right, Mr. 82, off into space you go. Now, who are we going to send out? I think this destroyer is very good. He's going to need repairs. We'll get him the tadpole. We'll probably end up putting in the battleship here as well for the extra shields with a bunch of fighters for backup. That's how that siege fleet is going to look. Our approval was at like 90 something. Now it's down at 85 because of the pollution. I'm okay with it because that does put our shipyard in a very good place. We'll upgrade this. That'll increase our happiness back up a little bit, and I'm fine with it. I'm happy. I am happy. Maybe we'll even make this place a little bit more happy with some more entertainment districts. It will boost crime up a little bit, but we can get a surveillance center, and a surveillance center... Yeah, well, I mean, it's the thing we could do. We don't have to do it, but I kind of like the idea of just filling up the rest of this place with entertainment districts. Keep it happy. Alrighty. Nepturus Prime is basically finished. We have this tile in case we had something good for research, but we might as well go ahead and put the research district in now. We can only build this on oceanic worlds, and this is the only oceanic world that we have. It also gives plus 30 to tourism. I mean, that'll help out our past situations a little bit. Problem is, we haven't really been considering where's the best place to put something like this if we wanted adjacency. It's 3% adjacency, so we don't really need it, and it does give +1 level to all, so putting it here still has some value. And the barrier reef can likewise only be built on an oceanic world. We only have the one. We can put that down here. These are, I guess, minor improvements that we can do. We do want the virtual world. Asala, you're kind of crappy and you're not going to put out anything in a reasonable amount of time. So just get to work on not a freighter, a supply ship, though we should probably check out trades. We are trading with the Verse. They are trading with us. We are trading with the Phalanoids, and that's it. We just have the one trade going. I have found a thing to do with this shipyard. Get me a freighter. Get me 2 freighters. See if we can get up some trade routes now that we have a little bit more of some reach. We can possibly trade with the Korath. We might be able to trade with the Yor or the Harmonizers. We will see. We're putting this fleet to repair. A little bit dangerous leaving them out in the open, but we'll gain a repair speed boost for being out. I think it repairs faster doing this than just leaving it in the shipyard, but I could be wrong there. We should probably experiment with this a little bit. It's at 47 now. We'll see how much HP it regens here and then do 1 turn here and see where it actually repairs fastest. We'll sell off a snuggler colony or 2. Keep the tech pod. Keep everything else. Okay. Yeah, the Korath are under threat here from influence expansion, interestingly. We're gonna have to fight the Korath and the Yor pretty soon. Maybe we should think about some diplomats. Embezzler. As a diplomat, deeply involved in the finances, allows them to occasionally divert some of it our way. Not a bad diplomat. And let's go ahead and diplomat with the Horath. I think there's a better chance of us not... We protected the space wheels. Of not going to war with the Horath than I do with the Yor. Because we're different kinds of life forms, the Yor automatically, you know, have that penalty. The Korath think we're ripe for conquest. I think they're wrong on that front, but okay. The free cruiser right there, we'll take that kill. There's a fleet down this way, a cruiser, frigates, and a siege ship. Come into this world to make problems for us. Yeah, we should be able to hold that, no problem. Okay, so we're at 47 HP. Remember that. Looking good everywhere else. Don't think there's anything else we need to do. There's orbital repairs, more logistics. Pretty good. Interstellar resupply doctrine, probably something that we would like. Let's go for it. We have annexed the planet from the Navigators. Finally, there's our second transport. You're at 90%, 88, 85. We have a winner. 85 wins. Off to war with you. Alanoid advance are suffering an economic setback. Would you be willing to give you 70 credits? Yes, I am. Have that 70 credits. All right, from 47 to 56, that's a 9, I believe. Let's put them in here and see where they get to. He's at 41. We have uncovered a precursor probe orbiting Hasale 4. We're not sure why it was sent here or how long it has been here, but the technology is advanced. What are your orders? Study it. +1 sensor power to all of our ships is kind of good. Unlocks the Stargazer. Not really that interested. Sell it for 500 bucks. Cha-ching! 500 bucks goes a long way. A long way. That opens a few doors for us. We could possibly pick up another diplomat and assign him to the Yor. My diplomat working away for us. We might want to do that. We could also get some people into the Free Mind Center to try and boost our income, or into Warforged to just make us produce ships, but we're producing ships fast enough. And the thing is, you're not a great diplomat, but you're also not expensive. I think we might just hire you as a diplomat. Putting you as a Minister of Defense actually makes a lot of sense, except you suck. We want a Minister of Defense. The extra ship HP is a pretty big deal. But for now, let's stick with the plan. We'll make you a diplomat here with the Yor, try to hold them off from going to war for as long as possible. So now we should be back building the Mama Frog. That'll be up in 5 turns. And then tadpoles all the way. Nepturus Prime, just make us the tadpoles. And our fleet here, nothing really to do. I guess we'll stay sort of in this region and destroy their shipyard. God damn it, they did the thing. They came in and blew up my shipyard and my 2 transports and my defensive fleets. With what? With a bunch of frigates. 5 frigates took on my destroyer, a pretty nasty fighter with the shipyard defenses. Frigates? Really? Where's my cruiser? I feel like my cruiser wasn't participating in this fight. I feel like I got robbed. Alright. Whatever. The loss of that shipyard does sort of suck though. My fault. That should have been better defended. That's my misplay. That should have absolutely have been better defended. We'll take advanced composites. I should have had all of these ships over here. That was just my bad. My bad. I got sloppy. I didn't see anything in sensor range. I know they have tons of ships. We're going to have to go back over here, rebuild that shipyard. That's a lot of lost time building that mama ship, as well as the 2 transports, all of which sucks. These guys want our antimatter. We're going to have to say they're kind of crazy because we aren't watching them. You know, if you have to say you're not crazy, I mean, you're a little bit delusional. Maybe... No, we have to stay here and just kind of punish any movements in this zone. We'll kill this economic starbase out of spite. It was a petty move. Alright, I guess we'll fly this fleet out to Canopus 2. Try and stop that crap from happening again. Maybe if we had a military starbase over here, it would have made a difference. So, we killed our population for no real good gain. That sort of sucks. We could build a recruiting station in orbit. That'll help speed up how quickly we get populations back on this planet for the cost of some gold. It'll have to do. There's our advanced composites. Let's go ahead and pick up intermittent suspension. Will take a really long time. Dreadnought Doctrine, we don't really need to build dreadnoughts. It doesn't play in, but it does lead on to carriers and carrier modules. Definitely could be something we want. But we'll go ahead and stop off for things like economic development before we make those sort of leaps. And they've got a cruiser we can pick off by light casualties. Fine. Another cruiser that we can pick off. No casualties. Bye. Must defend this shipyard. Back to the Mama Frog. Once that happens, I think we're totally fine. Once we even get one of those out, I will feel much more happy and confident. There's the shipyard that they just rebuilt. We'll go ahead and toast it. You want to be annoying? I can be annoying too. Oh, that's a cruiser on that planet. No, it ain't. Okay, they're coming back to siege this world. We'll have to come back and deal with that. Not a problem. So far, so good. It's a little bit of a standstill, and we're stuck in this war because they won't accept peace if we sent it out to them. But their numbers are coming down while our numbers are going up. Everybody else is hating. You know what? We wanted to be Galactic Defenders, but we decided to take this war to the Navigators, and I'm okay with it. But it seems like we might be going full evil frogs. Full evil frogs. All right, we might get another diplomacy. The goodwill tour is actually kind of good. The ability to get culture treaties with people, always very useful. So let's go ahead and grab the +1 to diplomacy. It's a one-turn build. And there's a lot of economic value out of that. Way too much cash asking for harmony crystals. I'm going to reject you. We can get open borders with the yours. So let's go ahead and do that. No other treaties. Fine. We're going to leave these ships alone, these pirates. Start making our way back towards Drogo. Sure. That will be fine. Another fleet coming through. A lone cruiser. Sure. Heard rumors the Navigators have built the Beacon of Babylon. Okay. There's our diplomacy bonus. Goodwill tours. Very nice. Extra diplomacy. Cultural treaties. Also very useful. Diplomacy bonus +1 to hopefully stop people from going to war with us. We could go for... I think it's time we get some missiles or armored defense. We're kind of relying on our shields to tank for us, so shield strength +10% is actually kind of good. Let's go for that. High pollution on Canopus 2 has led to mutations. Canopus 2 getting a hit to manufacturing really sucks, but at least it gets a -10 to pollution, so we'll take that. That does sort of hurt its production quite a lot. Mutated animals, -25%. Yeesh. We do have to fight some of these guys. I don't think my two little fighters are up to that particular task. Over here, there's another cruiser. We're going to have to... Where are you guys going? You're going to blow up my shipyard, aren't you? Aren't you? We could, however, take this guy out without casualties. Light casualties? Excuse me. I beg to differ. No casualties. All right, we'll have to allow that, unfortunately. It's not building anything too important. There's our freighter. Let's go ahead and send him out to trade with the Yor. I believe that's the only Yor world I can see, so let's get him out there. Phalanoids would like a culture treaty and modules. They're giving us a free trade agreement, a non-aggression pact, some credits, and a Phemius pollen. You know, a free trade agreement. It's not bad. Not bad. Is there anything else that I would like? If he wasn't asking for my modules, and I kind of need those, but I can always get those back. I'll accept it. I'll accept that. A non-aggression pact. I mean, it is peace of mind, right? Okay. So let's see what this guy does. I mean, we know what he's going to do. He's going to march in there and blow up my starbase. Alrighty. Shield regeneration does get us extra shields. There's intermittent suspension, and it's on discount, so we'll go ahead and grab that right now. We have 11 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this a diversionary ploy to pull us away from this shipyard so that they can swing in and destroy it? I don't give the AI that much credit. Let's go ahead and just blow him up. Light casualties, so we'll hit him with the lasers. 0 to 62. Takes him down a peg. Might as well just fire the missiles for the 1 damage. No casualties. I'll accept that. Get back on the defense. You've got to rebuild your shipyard. As the war drags past this objective, Hasala 3 experiences depression amongst its citizens. This desperation is manifested in an uptick in criminal activities, as many feel abandoned by the extended conflict and uncertain future. Plus crime for more than a year. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, we're almost back up to our pop. So once this happens, we're going to need some more transports. Try to keep these ones alive. Okay, they're switching up the angle that they're attacking from. We're being attacked by the Yor Singularity. The situation is dire. Emperor Tethra Deepwater. Only if you declare war on the Yor Singularity can we hope to survive. Wait, you're not even giving me anything for this? But this is what our civilization is designed to do? We're the Freedom Frogs. They're begging for help against the Yor. We have to accept. We have to say we'll declare war on them. I mean, the correct play is to say no now and then immediately go trade with them and offer to declare war on the Yor and get them to hand us a bunch of stuff, right? Like, we all know that that's the thing we should do here, but we're just going to actually help them out. We're going to say, very well, we will declare war on them. This is a war of defense, I guess. I don't know what this war is. Your aid is appreciated, and that's it. Okay, they are actually under siege quite heavily from the Yor, so the problem is we're kind of tied up in this war with the Navigators. So let's see if they will accept peace. No. And there's nothing that we can do. There is nothing that we can offer these people that they will accept a peace for. So whatever, that's fine. We're going to pull our fleet. Why are you guys here? Okay, eject all the ships. We're going to pull this fleet out. We'll let this system do whatever. And we're going to go and exterminate Yor with this fleet. It's going to take us a while to get there. War might be over for the Verse Harmonizers, but we will liberate them. That's what we do. Assuming we don't die right here, right now, because we've got some dudes coming in. We are going to need a fortification module on this base for the extra evasion attacks and all that other stuff. I would love to build up this base a little bit more. Are we inside the range? Yes. Can we fight a cruiser with light casualties? No casualties on the backup fleet. There are a bunch of frigates. There's really just this one cruiser. Let's go ahead and see how we do. Let's fly up next to him. No casualties. Get wrecked. We've got 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can still probably take out these guys. No casualties. Get out of here. Don't want to take peace? Then it is war. Alright, so it's going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4... many turns to get up here. Many turns. But alright. I think that's as good a place as any to end this episode. We might be biting off a little bit more than we can chew. We got back our diplomat. Let's go ahead and assign this diplomat to... We agreed to go to war at our request. Really? We got a +1 for that? That's it? Really? The mech wranglers are loving us. Phalanoids, not so much. Crimson Star, no. The Festron are okay. So let's have a think. Who are the next big scary guys? I mean, they're all big scary guys. The Phalanoids have quite a lot of ships. It looks like the Crimson Star Union are getting taken out of the game. The Festron are being kept in check. The Yor are very strong. Korath are alrighty. The Luxar aren't a problem. You guys aren't a problem. The Verse Harmonizers. And okay. So it's really the Phalanoids that we want on our side if possible. So let's go ahead and assign a diplomat to the Phalanoids. Don't want to have to deal with that smoke at all. And with intermittent suspension finishing in 1 month, I think that's a pretty good place to end this episode. We're definitely a feisty species this time around. We did manage to capture a planet from the Navigators, so that's great news. At least we did something to slow them up. I would have really liked to pursue this war a little bit, and we might have to revisit at some point, especially since now they have the Beacon of Babylon somewhere. That is a concern. So who is actually killing you guys? Quick check on the Crimson. The Crimson always seem to just get bullied by everybody. Yeah, they're getting zerged because somebody brought their military score too low and then everybody just dogpiles on that person, which is kind of what I was hoping to do with the Navigators. But we're going to war with the Yor now because that is actually what we wanted to do with this civilization in the first place. So we're going to stick to the plan. This war will last for 80 months. Preempt aggression and protect borders. But it doesn't say whose borders. Okay, so there you have it. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.